Wales, the land of the dragon, but with the roads of the slow coach. Or at least it will be, because soon that sign up there won't be needed. Come the 17th of September 2023, the default speed limit in urban areas is going to be 20 miles per hour. So if there are street lamps and no signs, then 20's plenty. Or is it? And what do the people think? Well, I've tried to ask the people of Wales, or at least some people in Cardiff, and it was harder than I expected. I started off in a park thinking there's going to be dog walkers there, local people. They'll be happy to tell me their opinion on camera. Nobody wanted to be filmed. So I went to the city centre and started asking people there. Again, nobody liked the camera. Not one person wanted to give me their opinion on camera. So what I did, I just put the camera gear away and started asking yes or no to the new 20. I walked around Cardiff and did this until I got to 50 people. It took a lot longer than I expected. I was thinking I'd have breakfast afterwards, but I've ended up just having lunch. Well, the results were surprising. I aimed for all people, all age groups, both genders, but I was trying to get people from Wales. I didn't want to be asking people, tourists, obviously. The opinion of the Welsh matters here because it's their speed limit that they're going to have to abide by. And at first, more people were in favour than against. And I was thinking, this is unexpected. But after I got through 50 people, 20 people said yes to the 20 limit and 30 people said no. So that's 60% of the people are against this 20 speed limit in urban areas. At least that was my small little micro survey of 50 people. Let's see what it's like to drive. I'm on a road now. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Caerphilly. I'll write it on screen. But a local driving instructor told me that this is one of the roads that he's struggling with as a 20 because people are giving him abuse when he's teaching people to drive and using the bus lane to overtake him quickly. Let's see what it's like. Seems quite busy. Haven't seen a bus lane yet, but I've only just started it. So 20 miles per hour, just about able to get out of second gear into third. And then I'm gonna pop the cruise control on just to help me stay legal. At the moment, it seems okay. Lack of road markings though. This is 2 lanes, I think. Yeah, I can see the road marking there, but it's very narrow. And it seems to be getting more narrow, which is making me feel like it's about to become 1 lane, but I can see further up there now it is 2 lanes all the way up. So traffic lights here, just holding back so I don't block them, right? Ignoring them now, I can fit past them so I'll carry on. Got a sign up there, need to carry on straight, so I need the middle lane. It looks like the left lane is going to be a bus lane. So that says there's 3 lanes, but there's 2 lanes here at the moment. So which lane do I need? Aha, I think I need to move to the right lane, which is, yeah, well that's now the middle lane. The new lane has appeared, so I'm going to have to, yep, I'm okay. I can change lane just in time there. I was thinking I might have to go left and abort that, but luckily the truck moved to the right lane so I could change lane. I can't hold up traffic in that lane. Oh, and then that bus lane has disappeared. Well, that was awkward. And there was no warning of that either. At least I didn't see any warning. So I wanted to go ahead. And then at the last moment, I needed to change lane in order to go ahead. Or I would be either going left or stuck in a bus lane. It does appear though that even without this 20 limit, I wouldn't be going much faster. I can't see the driver's face of the car on the left. So I'm just going to pause. Well, they're not driving, they're parked. That's a very misleading car, the way that was poking its nose out like that. That's how they've parked. Aha, bus lane again. This is an easy bus lane to avoid. Just move to the right now. And yep, I'm at 20. Well, nearly went over. I hope it didn't go over. Put the cruise control on. I'm not getting abuse though. I've been driving around Cardiff now for a good, I don't know, good hour. And nobody has given me abuse. And I have been doing 20, quite a lot of it. There's a lot of 20 zones here. It does feel slow though. This feels unnaturally slow for this road, and it doesn't feel like I need to go this slow to stay safe. So do I need to go to the left lane? I want to continue straight, and there's an ahead arrow in the left lane. I'm not sure if this right lane is right only, so I'm going to go to the left lane just in case, because it says ahead and left. Still can't see any arrows in the right lane. Oh, it's ahead and right in that lane, so everyone's using one lane there when they could be using two. But I reckon I'm going to have to merge with the right lane again when I get going, because it probably becomes a bus lane again, but I don't know the area. So it's green, or nearly green. Here we go. Sat nav isn't telling me the speed, so it doesn't know the speed limit. Up to 20 already. Cruise control on. Can't see any bus lanes, so it looks like that's the end of it. Wasn't too bad. It is a bit slow, but given the length of the road, well, I've had some worse 30s. There's a 30 near Colchester in a place called Brantham. If you're going the back roads from Colchester to Ipswich, you go through this little village called Brantham, and 30 through that road, that feels horrendously slow, and I do stick to it, and I do get abuse for sticking to it. So I'm doing 20 now. I just went over a tiny bit to 22 on the speedo, although in real money that is actually 20 because this speedo overreads by 2. And people are getting a little bit less patient with me now. There's a 30 there. I think it's because we're approaching the 30 and people are expecting me to be going faster. The car behind was getting a bit closer there. Cars were starting to overtake. And now I'm in a 30, so looks like I can go. Let's try and find some more 20s and see if people are as patient on those. Aha, another 20. And I'm not sure where to go at this junction. I'm not even following the sat nav. Aha, this is a dedicated left turn. So it's just 20 for this bit by the looks of things, and then it becomes a 30 again. Ooh, this is a big road for, oh no, 50. Good, I was going to say, this road's way too big for a 30 limit. And a warning sign for helicopters. I've not seen that one before, that's new. So I'm on a 30 road at the moment, but the road I'm turning into, yes, I believe it's a 20. So make sure I don't go above that limit, and let's see what happens. Car behind, following a sensible distance. Yeah, okay. It just feels really, I mean, this feels very slow for how far I've got to go and the width of the road and the current danger. Of course, if it was busy and there was pedestrians near me, I would want to go slower anyway. But on that occasion, I did feel like I could go faster and still be safe. Need to go left here. So, oh, I need to turn left. Let's go in the left lane. And even though I was in the incorrect lane there and doing 20 miles an hour, cars weren't storming up the left of me and me getting stuck in that right lane. I'd say drivers in Cardiff, on the whole, are a very patient and respectful group. When I was doing the survey, the people who said no to the 20 zones were generally very sure, like hard, no, definitely not, stupid, we don't need those. Whereas the people who said yes, not all of them, but many of them seemed less sure, like they needed more time to think about it and like they hadn't really thought about it before. There was a few who were very much, yes, they're brilliant, but I would say the majority of them did seem like they needed more time to think about it. Slowing down for the speed bump now. I'm in a 20 still. It's quite a quiet area at the moment. I know this area can get busy. I have been here when it's busy. I was here last Christmas on this very road actually, and there was some event going on in the park near the castle, a light show, and it was very busy as a result. At the moment it's 1:25 on a Tuesday, the 13th of June.
Unfortunately, I can't be here during rush hour. The timings just don't work. But I can see how it could be worse during rush hour. Okay, this is one of the problems I've heard about. When you're doing 20 miles an hour, suddenly cyclists can go faster than you. Usually in a 30, it's rare a cyclist is going to catch up and overtake you. But here, I've just been passed by a cyclist, in a bus lane to be fair. But apparently, cyclists are coming past when there isn't room for them to come past, which is adding to danger. And I can see how that could be a problem. This is where 20 really starts to make sense to me. This is town. There are a lot of people on the street. Many people want to cross the road. And there's a lot of stopping and starting for junctions and pedestrian crossings. So doing 20 here, it feels appropriate. In fact, I'm allowed to do 20, but I'm doing 18, but that's because of the traffic in front. So it's more of a natural speed limit. Quite a beautiful part of Cardiff, this. I think there's the castle on the left. There's a very beautiful park in there. I think I've made an error here because I'm in the right lane. Any cars in front of me who want to turn right are going to have to wait in the middle because we've got a green light, so there's going to be oncoming traffic. Therefore, I'm actually going to be stuck behind the car in front and I can't stop on the advanced stop line. So I am now stuck here. Unless I get a space on the left, which isn't looking likely. Actually, looks like I can go. Yellow box though, I can't stop in that. Thought they were continuing then. Leaving space for the oncoming car. Are they turning? No, they're not. So I'm going to signal left now, just change to left lane. So I can finish the junction and not be stuck in the middle. Cardiff is actually surprisingly challenging to drive around. I keep coming across junctions that really aren't obvious until you get them. I mean, that one wasn't too bad. That's fairly typical. But there was a roundabout I was on earlier, sort of a roundabout. You did not know what lane you needed until it was too late. And I had 2 attempts at it and I only just got it on this second attempt. So what do I do about this cyclist then? I've got about 2 mile an hour advantage? No. A 6 mile an hour advantage. But that's not long to get past them and I have the traffic lights. If I start overtaking them and the traffic lights change, I may end up stopping in the middle of the road, which is what I don't want to do. So I'm ignoring the lights now. They have their own lane now, so that makes things easier. I'm still going to give them enough room to fall off though. Don't want to be close to them because they are vulnerable. So the car behind here is quite close. They got a bit closer than they are now, but they've backed off a little bit. And there's some speed bumps coming up ahead. Yeah, the car behind does seem to just be getting closer to me every so often. I think they don't want to be going this slowly. Just slowing down for this bump. And then back up to 20 miles per hour. Could definitely go faster here and stay safe. Got a nice wide stretch here where I could go a bit quicker until I got to the narrow bit where the island is and the parked cars. But whether or not the whole of Wales urban roads, unless signs specify otherwise, being 20 miles an hour, whether that's a good idea, well, I don't know. It's not up to me to make that decision. Well, that was unexpected. After reading the comments on Facebook and the comments on the internet in general, I was expecting to come to Cardiff and almost unanimously people tell me no to the 20 mile per hour speed limit in urban areas, but that was far from the case. 60% of the 50 people I asked said no. That's closer to 50-50 than it is to 90%. Also, driving around the 20 zones at 20, I didn't get abuse, and I was fully expecting abuse. When I'm driving in Colchester in 20 zones, quite often people get angry with me or they overtake dangerously, but that didn't happen once here. It's anecdotal, of course. I've only been driving around today for 2 hours. Also, I drove around this morning for about 20 minutes and last night. but only one car followed me closely. As far as I can tell, the drivers in Cardiff are patient and understanding, but it is only the second time I've been here. I don't drive here every day. On the Welsh Government's website, they say they're making the change to reduce casualties, reduce strain on the NHS, and to safeguard the environment for future generations. But there has been a petition against the 20-mile-per-hour speed limit, which quickly gained 20,000 signatures, and that should be being discussed in the Senedd on the 28th of June this year. I did find, though, on Transport for Wales website, a publication which has been studying the 20-mile-per-hour trial areas, and apparently the mean average speed of drivers in the trial areas has dropped by 3 miles per hour. That doesn't sound right to me, because the speed limit has dropped by 10. That tells me people don't agree with the new speed limit, because if they did, they'll be slowing down and actually doing the speed limit. One of the problems with 20-mile-per-hour speed limits is that cyclists are more able to pass cars and other vehicles. And the more cyclists you have passing vehicles, the less safe roads are. As far as I can tell, as time goes on, we only seem to get more or tougher rules. And these rules may have good intentions. They may be there to protect us. But with every new or tougher restriction, we lose a bit more freedom. And at least I think that's something we should all be concerned about. If you want my opinion, I don't think anybody should be able to make a decision about this 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. I think everybody should be able to make the decision via a vote. And I won't be taking part in that vote because I don't live in Wales, but I thought it was an interesting topic for this present time, an interesting change in the rules that I wanted to take a closer look at. If you found the video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for car insurance, check out the links to Collingwood and Confused in the description. If you're learning to drive and want to insure yourself on somebody else's car, then Collingwood are there for you, because you can do so without affecting the owner's car. And that can take away a big stress from the owner of that car that you're using to practice your driving. Via the link at the moment, there's up to 35% off and a £20 Amazon gift card. If you want to insure your own car, I recommend checking out the link to confused.com, because you fill out one quote form and get loads of quotes back from many insurers to compare who's cheapest. And you can change your car on that quote as many times as you like to see how much it costs to insure different cars. And you don't have to do the whole quote again, you can just change the car. So it's quick and easy. Using the links doesn't cost you anything, but it does support the channel. So thank you very much. Subscribe to get my future videos. And until the next one, cheerio.